and turnips and parsnips and potatoes, oh my. Hi everyone, I'm Jacob, I'm the CowHatLibrarian, and I had high hopes for this one. It is Oh Carrots by Mariajo, Ilustrajo. I saw this at my public library and the premise was super appealing. Rabbit grows vegetables, one of the vegetables is a carrot who can walk and talk, hilarity ensues, hijinks even. And I was super excited for that, to see the dynamics between the rabbit that grew this carrot to eat it and the carrot that does not want to be eaten and wants to be friends with a rabbit. And I thought all sorts of great stuff was going to happen. And it didn't quite turn out the way I thought. Actually, my reaction to it sort of reminds me of the book How to Pee Your Pants the Right Way, and how I expected it was going to be more of one type of book than it was. So while I did like it in the end, I was disappointed at first, just because I had very different expectations heading into it. As the story starts, Rabbit lives alone and is quite happy with that. And in the spring, decides to plant his favorite thing, carrots. And so he heads out and does the job and plants 240 carrot seeds. And then finds one more that he talks to and waters specially and takes special care with, and it seems to grow better than the other ones. And then it starts moving and it seems ready to pick, so Carrot pulls it from the ground and, hello, Rabbit! Oh, carrots. The carrot is alive, and it just wants to talk with Rabbit and be a friend to it. Rabbit is understandably scared though, and the carrot follows after it and makes a mess on the floor and jumps on the couch and touches fragile things and dumps records out of sleeves and just has a million questions for Rabbit, and Rabbit's just kind of getting tired of the whole thing. So Rabbit takes Carrot to town, trying to find someone else to deal with Carrot. And he can't return the carrot to the garden center because the seed packet was already opened, and he won't leave it at the grocery store because it's clear this carrot doesn't belong there. And the library didn't help either. And they end up doing some stuff together and having fun. And then Rabbit sort of asks, well, wait a minute, Carrot, how do you make friends? Like, we're friends, but how do I do this? And they go and plant the garden. They plant the seeds and give them lots of love and patience and attention, and ultimately, they have many more friends. And that's the end. Now, first off, I like the art style. I like the sort of watercolory look to stuff. The line art was clear and clean, and it's a visually appealing book. Because of the size of the illustrations and the multiple illustrations on a single page, I might be tempted to use this more in small group or one-on-one reading rather than in full story times with 20 or 30 people in the audience. I like the artwork, and the overall story was fine. Like I said, it wasn't what I was expecting, and it misses a big thing here. Rabbit was going to eat the carrot. Rabbits eat carrots. As soon as this carrot comes up, that's the end of it. There's no discussion that Rabbit was going to eat this carrot, that was the plan, that this carrot was going to be the rabbit's breakfast or lunch or supper. And that should have been in the story. It was a real missed opportunity for the just super obvious conflict there. And it could have added some spice to this book that I kind of think it could have used. And what happened to all the other carrots? The rabbit grew all of them. Presumably they grew into things he could eat. Wouldn't the living carrots see a rabbit eating the carrots and have some sort of reaction to that? But it just got pushed to the side. And again, this is probably based on my expectations for the book heading into it rather than what it actually is or isn't. And maybe if I hadn't come in with those expectations, things would have gone better. And so I hope that by setting the expectations for you watching this, you'll be able to head into it with a more open mind than I did. And because I think there is something to like here. Now, as far as read-alikes go, if you liked Big Flappy Ears, which I did a video about on this channel, or Wake Me Up in 20 Coconuts, ditto, I think you'll find a lot to like here. There's a similar premise of a character that just their way of communicating and seeing the world doesn't jibe with the other people in their lives, and they have to find a way to make it work from one side or the other of the relationship. And while I had a couple other concerns, I did like that element, and I do recommend reading this book. Go borrow it from your public library. While I'm on that topic, if you use and appreciate the services offered by your public library, why not take just 1 minute and tell the powers that be exactly that? Tell your mayor, tell a council member, tell your MP or MLA that you use and appreciate the services offered by your public library. We're at a time where some public libraries are having trouble finding sustainable funding to continue improving the materials, programs, and services they offer. And a few good words in the right ears might make a world of difference. And if by some chance you're a library staff member, don't forget, watching my videos counts as professional development time. With that, thanks for listening to me talk all about the rabbit who never eats a carrot. By all means, please like, please subscribe, and please check back to see what else I have to talk about from the Cow Hat Library. Thank you. Bye now.